Please do an episode about best places to invest in the South, e.g. Southampton, Portsmouth, Brighton, etc. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you will have seen, today we're going to be talking about best places to invest in the South, or actually more Southeast, I think, because based on the examples that my subscriber mentioned, those are sort of like areas or like cities and towns within the Southeast. So that's exactly what we're going to focus on today. Now, before going on to talk about the specific towns and cities within the southeast of England that you might want to invest in, let's first look at the area as a whole. So the southeast of England is actually the largest region within the UK, with the largest population, and also has the largest economy. So already you can see that there's loads of potential for property investment simply because, the demand is there, the population is there, and there's a great economy to, back up the sort of like demand for properties. The second reason to invest in the southeast is because of its close proximity to London. So basically you're able to benefit from all that London has to offer without having to pay the hefty price tag. Also, as house prices increase within London, this also extends out to towns and cities within the southeast. And so basically there's loads of like money to be made and profits to be made by property investors by way of capital appreciation and also like rental payments. Outside of being close to London, many towns and cities within the southeast also have great economies on their own, and also many sort of like large international businesses also have their offices within these locations. So again, boosting the economy and making sure that the people within the southeast are paid well, again supporting the housing market. So now, because of how booming the economy is within the southeast and also its close proximity to London, this makes it like the most expensive area that you can invest in outside of London. According to Zoopla, the average property price within the southeast is currently £450,000, which is quite high. However, this doesn't mean that it's not possible to get good deals within the southeast of England, okay? It's still possible to get really affordable properties around the £200,000 mark and even less. It all depends on where you look. And so today's video is going to focus on the more affordable areas where you can invest in property, because I believe that this subscriber question is actually coming from the point of view of a newer investor, someone that's just getting started. And so the likelihood is that you're going to want somewhere like cheaper, more affordable, to get your foot in the door. Okay, so now let's get into the best places for you to invest in within the southeast. So first on my list is actually Luton. Now you may or may not know, but I actually have an investment property in Luton. I feel it's a great investment area. I feel that it's an area that a lot of people do overlook. It's super affordable, and rental income and rental demand is great. Luton's also an area that's seen great capital growth in the last few years. So for example, my property from 2019 to now has increased in value by 25 to 30k, which I think is really good. As I've mentioned already, property is very affordable within the Luton area. To be honest, it's quite cheap, especially if you compare it to London prices, and you can get a 2-bed flat for £180,000. When it comes to rental demand, it's extremely high, especially in the postcodes of LU1 and LU2, which is basically where you've got your main places of interest, so your train station, your shopping mall. Luton Airport is also within that vicinity. So there's loads going on, which makes it a great attraction to so many people. There's also the University of Bedfordshire campus, so again you've got a good student population, so again rental demand coming from there. And as well as that, there's great transport links into London, so easy access to the M1 and literally a straight train into St Pancras, which is about 25 minutes I believe. Luton also has a really thriving economy, which is supported by the many industries and also available jobs out there. There's also a huge number of employers based out in Luton. So for example, Luton Airport that I've already mentioned, you've got EasyJet, you've got EY, you've got AstraZeneca, you've got TUI, you've got Amazon, so many employers out there, which again makes it really appealing for people. Luton's also a major growing commuter spot, which I've kind of inferred earlier. So the fact that the commute between London and Luton is only about 25 minutes on a straight train, and also access via the M1, just makes it a great place for people to commute in and out of. As well as commuting to London, it's also very easy to commute in and out of other locations within the UK. And to top it all off, you can easily get rental yields of 5 to 6% in Luton, which I think is very good. So let's look at some examples. Location 2 on my list is Milton Keynes. And funnily enough, I was asked about Milton Keynes by somebody via TM a couple of weeks ago. And actually, I'm also in the process of sourcing, a property in Milton Keynes for a client. I personally think Milton Keynes is a very good investment location. And I'm not surprised that it's been ranked in the top 5 places to live in the UK, a number of times by people including PwC. Milton Keynes is a fast-growing commercial town and is also the home to many businesses. And so this really allows it to be able to boost the economy and provide jobs for the people that live out there. Employers in Milton Keynes include PwC, Deloitte, Santander, John Lewis, Network Rail, and many more. Milton Keynes is also not short of things to do. It's got a small called the Centre MK and also into Milton Keynes. So in there you've got, loads of shops, restaurants, bars and things to do. And finally, Milton Keynes also has great transport links. So again, you can easily get into London. I believe you can get a straight train from Euston Station to Milton Keynes and it's a 30-minute journey. Also, it's on the M1, so again, easy access. Now, in terms of property prices, Milton Keynes is a little more expensive than Luton. However, this doesn't mean that you still can't get good deals and basically get properties around the same price. It's still also very possible to get at least a 5% rental yield on an investment property. Number 3 on the list is Portsmouth. Now, Portsmouth is the most densely populated city in the UK, after London. The recently recorded population is 238,000, which is a lot of people. Portsmouth is a seaside city and also the UK's only island city, which again makes it very appealing to people. People love the seaside, especially people in Britain, where when we get a bit of sun, we all want to run to the seaside. So again, this makes it very appealing as an area. The fact that Portsmouth is based on an island also means that land to build on is very low in supply. So again, this really helps the housing market and also investors, because it means that people are going to need your properties because it's short in supply. Portsmouth International Port is also the second busiest in the UK and also provides a lot of jobs for the people in the area. So again, this really boosts the economy. There are also other significant employers in the nearby town. So this includes financial business services, public services, transport and retail. Portsmouth also has its own university. So the University of Portsmouth brings in the appeal with 25,500 students, which again provides rental demand. Plus, Portsmouth city centre has a great shopping and entertainment scene. So within the shopping centre there's a huge mall. I forgot what it's called, I'll put it down below. But yeah, there's loads of things to do within the mall. You've got your shops, you've got high street as well as designer outlets. You've also got your bars and your restaurants and other things to do like that. So again, makes it a great location. And with an average house price of £263,000, it is very, very affordable. At number 4, we have Southampton. Now, Southampton is one of the most important maritime cities within the country. It's also the second largest container port within the UK, which makes it very, very important for the UK's world trade. The port supports 15,000 jobs and actually contributes £1 billion to the economy, which is massive. Southampton is also the UK's busiest cruise ship terminal, and it sees 2 million passengers each and every year. So again, that is huge. Outside of its port and cruise industry, it's also home to employers including BAT, Kingfisher and also Ordnance Survey. Southampton's also the biggest regional centre for shopping. And finally, Southampton has 2 universities, so there's a huge student population. I think there's about 43,000 students coming from both of those universities. And at number 5, last but not least, we have Southend on Sea. So again, another seaside location which always proves very popular amongst, people that live in the UK. I mean, what's not to love? You've got a seaside, you've got a pier, you've got amusement park rides, you've got, places to eat, shops, all those kind of things, which makes it very, very appealing. And it doesn't surprise me that, again, this has also been listed as, one of the best places to live in the UK. Outside of being a seaside town, it's also home to Southend Airport, which is an airport that has seen, a lot of development in the recent years, and also has further plans to, build another terminal and also runway. So again, this is going to majorly boost the economy, provide more jobs and things like that. As well as the airport providing a lot of jobs, there's also a number of business parks around the town that also provide, work for the locals. You've also got the student appeal and demand because the University of Essex Southend campus is also based there. So again, you've got, quite a big student population that you can cater to if you're to buy an investment property out in Southend. Location-wise, Southend on Sea is also under an hour away from London, which is why it's sort of like a big commuter town for a lot of people that want to, live outside of London but still work in London. The C2C train line serves Southend on Sea, which makes it very convenient, and also in terms of property prices, you can get a 2-bed flat from £140,000, which is very, very affordable. So guys, that brings me to the end of this video. Hopefully you've gained some value from it. Please do let me know in the comments, or any of the locations that I've spoken about, areas that now you're going to look into in terms of, investing. Please do let me know in the comments. And also, if there are any other locations that I didn't speak about that you think are worthwhile, please do also share them in the comments, as I'd like to know what they are. And also, I'm sure people watching the video would equally like to know also. I do also want to call out that actually, what my subscriber mentioned in terms of the examples that she gave are basically the same ones that, I agree with are good locations to invest in, the southeast. So definitely, do your research, and I'm sure that, you'll be able to identify some good areas that fit kind of your criteria and what you want from an investment property. As always, if you have any other video topics that you'd like me to cover, please do let me know in the comments, and I'll go about and doing that for you. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.